What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dark Souls 2 walkthrough. So in this episode, we're going to cover leveling up the Bell Keeper's Covenant, which does require some farming, but I think this is a little bit more bearable than farming for those sunlight metals. Hopefully you guys found great success in doing that. And so for this covenant, what we want to do, at least if we're doing the offline method, we're going to go to the Iron Keep for starters. We're going to warp to the Iron Hearth Hall. And so what we want to do for this is there are enemies that we have to extinct. And in other words, that means we need to kill them 12 times so they stop respawning. So make sure you are not in the Covenant of Champions like we were in the previous episode, farming for the Sunlight Metals. Make sure you're out of that covenant for this, because you're going to want these enemies to stop spawning. And there's a reason for that, and I'll show you why in just a bit. But for now, make sure you kill all of these enemies, you extinct them, stop them from respawning. You don't need any drops from them. We do want them to not spawn. And again, I'll show you the reason why in just a bit. So we want to kill everything in here. I'm gonna roll through the water because we are gonna take some lava damage. And bow and arrow damage. Go back through. Alternatively, you can jump over those and almost fall. Got to get all these guys. And so extincting these will take, roughly about between a half hour and an hour, depending on how quick you go. We do want to stop them from spawning. And as I said, I will show you exactly why in just a bit. I don't care about the loot. Now what we need to do is we need to lower this platform so we can get to the top, because there are enemies up there that we want to get rid of as well. We also want to equip, I don't need this anymore or this. We also want to equip the delicate string. And this is the item we got from the NPC, or we bought it, actually we purchased it from the NPC in the Undead Purgatory outside where we fought the chariot boss. The NPC sells it, so make sure you buy it because it increases your chance of an invader. And there is a particular red phantom that appears on a random basis, that if you kill said random spawning red phantom, this particular one will level up your covenant. And you need to kill him 30 times. So yes, a little bit tedious. But once these enemies are extincted, it's not nearly as bad as farming for the sunlight metals, and I'll show you why. But first, I'm just showing you guys the route they need to go to extinct everything. And I'll do probably 2 full loops, and then I'll cut and show you what it looks like when everything's extincted. And why that matters. So again, equipping the delicate string will increase the chance of a spawn of this enemy that we need to kill. So we also want to extinct everything up here as well. Because what we're going to do is we're going to use a spell called unveil. And what unveil does is it reveals the location of basically the closest enemy. The enemy that's in closest proximity to your location. And if everything is extincted, like I'm showing you, you can use unveil at the bonfire down there. And it'll basically reveal to you if this random enemy has spawned or not. And it saves you a trip up the ladder to check over and over and over and over again. Basically, you can just check from the bonfire, and if he's not there, just rest at the bonfire, use unveil again, And then you can do that repetitively till he spawns. And then if he spawns, go up and kill him. And then rinse and repeat. So it shortens the cycle time enormously if you extinct everything first and just use the unveil spell. There you go. No, we're going to use a feather. We did not get a spawn, unfortunately. So I'm going to show you one more loop. Then I'm going to show you kind of the unveil trick. And again, you have to kill this guy 30 times. Now, the alternate way of doing it is online. So you can do it online as well. And you want to be part of the Bell Keeper's Covenant. If you're doing this online, be part of the Bell Keeper's Covenant. I should have rested at the bonfire, because if you feather back, it doesn't give you your health back and your flasks and all that stuff. I should have rested. So you want to be, if you're going to do this online, you want to be part of the Bell Keeper's Covenant. And then what happens is if like you're in the area, you can be summoned in to protect the bell tower. And if you are summoned in to protect the bell tower and you successfully defend the bell tower, so basically you're summoned in as a phantom and you have to defeat the host. You do it successfully, that also counts as a point to leveling up the covenant. Now, the thing about this one is the previous covenant, you know, you get an item that you had to trade in, and once you got that number of items, you then knew that you could level up the covenant and get the reward. In this case, whoa, why am I was blocked from going forward? That was really weird. In this case, you know, the previous time we got an item, so we knew when we got our 30 items. In this case, it does not give you an item that you keep track of. It literally is just kind of a number in the background. The game keeps track of how many times you've defended the bell tower, and it does that for you, but it doesn't tell you how many you have. So you have to manually keep track of how many of these enemies you've killed, because it's not going to tell you, oh, you've killed 11 of them or you've killed 26. Like you have to keep track of it yourself, because the game's not going to tell you. At least as far as I know. Like I don't know of a way for the game to get the game to tell you. So manually keep track of how many times you've killed this enemy. Or if you're playing online, manually keep track of how many times you've been spawned in and have successfully defended thing as a phantom. And you'll know when it happens. You're part of the Bellkeeper Covenant. Like it'll say, you know, you're being summoned to, I forget what the exact words are, but it'll tell you that you're being summoned in to defend the bell tower. If you a successful bell tower defense, you kill the host, will count towards your total. And you'll have to manually keep track of that as well, because the game will not tell you how many you've done. Make sure you don't forget this one back here. And of course, make sure you don't forget to go upstairs. Oh, that was nice. So again, I'm going to finish this loop just for the sake of demonstrating the extinction route. And you got to kill all these enemies 12 times, keep them from respawning. And, you know, if you killed them before, of course, in your original run through this place, that counts towards your 12. And then I'm going to show you guys the unveil trick. Maybe if we're really lucky, we might get a spawn on this run. I'm not going to count on it. I don't know what the spawn rate is for this guy. I'd say somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20. You have the accessory equipped, like we do, the ring. I believe his name is the Mad Warrior. After you got the 30 kills, this is the guy that you need to talk to. He'll give you the reward. And he's not there. So if he is there, he spawns right in that corner that we're looking at. Right there. That's where he's going to spawn. So again, it's kind of an online and offline way to do it. If you're playing online, he still will spawn randomly, and he still will help count towards your total of your 30. Oh, that's nice. There we go. And so now I will show you what it looks like when you use unveil. So here we are at this bonfire. This is the All Free Soul bonfire. This is the bonfire that we were passing by on our extinction route. This is the area that we extincted. All the enemies are gone. We have the unveil miracle equipped. And so you see we're standing right next to this bonfire, and you can cast unveil. Now if it goes straight up like that, it means the Mad Warrior did not spawn. So you rest at the bonfire. Use it again. It did not spawn. And so if it goes over that direction, that means that he did spawn. So what this does is it saves us a trip up this ladder and out here and warping back, and reloading, etc., etc. Saves us that every single time. There he is. Take him out. You got to kill this guy 30 times if you're offline. If you're online, it's a combination of 30 times from this guy and whatever if you're being summoned to defend the bell tower, and you success in it only counts if it's a successful defense. If you get killed, it doesn't count. And we're back here. Arrest the bonfire. And back to doing unveil. Goes up like that. Not a spawn. So this process goes by a lot faster than doing this on my modes, in my opinion. Much easier pill to swallow. So since it went that direction, means the Mad Warrior spawned. There we go. And you can also drop his equipment. So if you want to put enhanced item discovery stuff on you to get his equipment, feel free to do so. You want to farm him? Certainly can. And so as I said, every time you kill one, just manually keep track of it so that you know when you get to 30. And when you get to 30, talk to the Covenant leader up there, and he'll give you your spell. All right, well, have fun. Hope you enjoy yourself. And now I will show you what happens when it is time to collect your reward.